What is up everybody? Today we are talking ultra wide lenses. Now this is not gonna be a video reviewing a lens. I'm gonna be talking about how to get the widest shot with the lens that you have for free using a Mac software that is found on the App Store. Is called Panorama Stitcher Mini. Now personally, the widest lens I have is a 16mm f2.8 the Sony pancake lens. Now even though 16mm it's considered wide in the APS-C camera world, in full frame it's just barely 24mm, about 24mm equivalent, so that is not that wide. I actually found it tight trying to fit in entire buildings or even trying to get an entire space area inside a building or a room. So 16mm is not quite wide enough. So that leaves us with the Panorama Stitcher Mini app that will help us get a wider field of view by stitching a few pictures into one. Now I know this sounds troublesome, but trust me, this is really easy. It's as easy as just literally taking your files from your SD card or your camera and dropping them off right on top of the app. It will automatically align all your photos together. It will automatically expose the pictures together into one balance exposure so that it looks like it was just taken by one picture. You also have control of the projection angle, whether it's a rectilinear or an equirectangular projection that affects the overall image. And even though everything is basically automated for you, you still have a lot of manual control over the cropping, the stitching, even the projection. You have control of the exposure as well, and even the export. But we only do have three options, and that is JPEG, TIFF, or the PNG files. Now you can scale also the image down or up, but I like to keep it at 100% to get the best quality possible. And that's it. Just hit save and you got yourself a ultra wide shot. Alright, so now we're gonna compare some of these photos. Alright, so now we're gonna do a comparison. I'm gonna be comparing three photos. First, shot with the original 16mm lens. Then I'm gonna do the Sony built-in panorama mode that actually stitches a bunch of pictures together to form an ultra wide shot. And then three photos that I took and I stitched them together using the Panorama Stitcher Mini. And we'll compare the quality between them. So first off is a 16mm shot that you're looking at right now. Now 16mm is wide, but it's not wide enough because I'm not able to fit a lot of the clouds or the mountains in the frame. So on the next photo we're going to compare to is I'm going to be using the panorama mode inside built in the Sony a6000. This works well for just run and gun kind of shooting when you want to do something quick. But as you can tell in the sky, there's a lot of color bending and it's just really poorly done by the camera, and I was actually disappointed by that. I thought it was gonna do a lot better, but you know, it is what it is. Well, at least on the trees and the city line, it did work out okay, so we can see that the stitching did pretty well built in. But now we're gonna compare it to using the Panorama Stitcher Mini software. Now this is three shots that I took using the camera in a portrait mode kind of style. So I tilted the camera vertically and I took three pictures side by side, just threw them in the software, and this is what came out. Now comparing it to the panorama shot with the Sony, the field of view is actually very identical. If not, maybe the Panorama Stitcher is a little bit wider than the actual Sony built-in panorama mode, which is a good thing. We get more into the frame, but more importantly we can see that the sky is nice and smooth. There is no bending anywhere, and even if you zoom in and look around the trees in the cities, I can't tell where the actual stitching was done. This software did an amazing job stitching all these pictures together, and especially with a lot of details everywhere. We got leaves everywhere, we got streets, we got clouds and buildings, and they are all straight. There is like no bending whatsoever or no cutouts anywhere. So this software did an excellent job with this crowded place, with this crowded and very detailed shot. Alright, now for my second shot is on a lake, and again a lot of details everywhere, and this is using the Sony built-in panorama mode. And this time I shot with a landscape or with the camera just straight, so it's kind of in the wide view. And so we can see we can fit a lot in. And again, I was disappointed with the sky getting that bending everywhere. So we got these vertical lines all over the sky, which just completely ruin it. So it's unusable in my view. And then I rotated the camera to a portrait style to get more height, and again with the bending everywhere, unusable. Now if we go over to the 3 pictures that I took in a portrait style, and again the Panorama Stitcher Mini didn't disappoint. It did excellent job. Look at all this detail everywhere, and again if we scroll side to side, we don't see any bending whatsoever. There's even a bird in the sky that just flying like normal, like this was just shot with an ultra wide lens. So I don't see any cuts anywhere. It was just did an awesome job stitching, and the water with all the detail that's there and the ripples everywhere. I I still don't get it. How was it able to figure out how to align them together? It just did an awesome job. I'm really surprised by the software, and more importantly was the best part about the software is that it's free. And you know what's crazy is that I actually forgot that the limit in the free versions is 5 images, and I only did 3 thinking that was the limit. So you could actually go even wider with the stitching. But if you want, if you're gonna add more than 5 pictures, you will have to pony up some money, and the pro version costs, I believe it was $15 in the website. So you're gonna have to check that out. But I'm telling you, with the 5 images, this is good enough for really wide pictures. And I can't wait to test some more, and especially try to get some architectural work. I want to see how well it works with straight edges and lines on buildings. And yeah, just for now, I'm really satisfied with this app. I hope this video was helpful to you all who are thinking, you know, you're limited by your lenses, you don't have the ultra wide because they're so expensive. Well, stitching is a good alternative to getting the ultra wide look. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great one, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.